to be in touch with the millennial generation is the best way to be really in touch with the reality, with the cutting edge technologies, and with basically with the changes.
Hello and welcome to this masterclass on taking digital banking to the next level. In this chapter, we're discussing new innovation in mobile banking. To help us explore this, my guest is CaixaBank's Head of Digital Business, Benjamí Puidgevall. Benjamí, thank you for joining us. The mobile banking sector is very fast moving. So how do you keep Caixa's mobile-only bank, Imagine Bank, up with the trends?
Well, the mobile banking sector has undergone significant evolution in recent years, driven both by technology advancement and also by the emergence of the new so-called digital consumer generation. To maintain a leadership position in this context needs, of course, strong commitment with a series of principles, which in our case we think are part of our DNA. First is to have a strong passion for constantly researching new technologies, keeping in touch with laboratories.
And you have a lot of millennials involved in the organization to help you do that.
That's it. To be in touch with the millennial generation is the best way to be really in touch with the reality, with the cutting edge technologies, and with basically with the changes that are happening in the society, and that probably will have not today the reflect in the way in which we manage banking, but for sure in the future, and to adapt to new trends and to a new future. This is, I would say, a kind of obsession for the client user experience, to constantly and continuously listening to client needs and involving them at the same time when defining and developing new services. This year, for example, we at the end of the year, more than 5,000 clients of CaixaBank will be involved actively in defining and designing the services, the digital services for the future.
How many mobile-only clients do you have? Clients of CaixaBank that only use mobile banking?
Well, I would say this year and last April, we were probably the first bank in Europe whose level of mobile banking activity exceeded the level of web online users. So that means that CaixaBank, digital banking today, means mobile banking. And the figures are really incredible, so they speak for themselves. So imagine in our case, 3.8 million clients every month using mobile services. That means almost 2,000 clients per minute. 1.5 billion transactions at the end of the year, so 40% of the money transfers to CaixaBank accounts are carried out through a mobile, 20% of the money transfers or the broker transactions. So this is really...
And this is obviously the way it's going. So at some point, mobile will be the dominant channel among all others, presumably. I mean,
well, I say today is the dominant channel because it's the main channel in our case, and basically because thanks to the efforts the bank did in recent years, investing in technology, in client adoption, and promoting the use of the mobile, and this is a consequence of our strategies. We are completely convinced that the future is mobile, and we focus all the efforts in technology, in developing the mobile relationship with our clients.
And what about on the commercial banking side? Because obviously there's been big take-up with the consumer generation, the millennials, but what about in the commercial area?
Mobile banking goes beyond pure transactions, so we see strong commercial opportunities behind in some way to monetize such a huge quantity of interactions. In many different ways. For example, adapting traditional banking products to the singularity of the mobile. So that means simplicity, great user experience, and one click. So this is something which is mandatory to be successful in the digital era, and of course in the mobile banking. An example of this concept of singularity of adapting products to the mobile case are the loans we sold last year at CaixaBank. 50% of the total number of personal loans were sold through a mobile channel. So this is a clear example of the capabilities of the mobile channel to monetize and to become a revenue channel more than a transactional channel, which was the big at the beginning.
Okay, now let's try and look forward. It's obviously a very fast-moving sector, but what would be your bets on short-term and longer-term trends in the mobile banking sector?
Based on our experience and the track record we had, and according to the market trends, probably we can identify three topics that probably are indicating in some way before and after in mobile banking. First is biometrics, the use of biometrics.
Right. Yeah.
It's a clear example of when client experience and security go hand in hand. So even through fingerprints, palm vein, voice recognition technologies, the security of the cyber relationship is enhancing, but at the same time we're offering a better user experience because biometrics is facilitating the identification process and the signing process when using mobile banking. So it's as an example of a clear win-win. Chatbots will be probably a factor of disruption in mobile banking. Chatbot is just based on artificial intelligence, machines attempting to have a conversation with a person.
All right, and what about further out? I mean,
further out, this is now it's more complex because further, but I would say.
But presumably the Internet of Things is going to be a much bigger.
The Internet of Things, and personally, I think mobile banking will have a long lifespan. Some people maintain the prophecy that the artificial intelligence will start replacing mobile apps and that bots will kill off the mobile banking.
Right.
Personally,
but you're not
I disagree. No, I think it's true that the technology is enhancing to permit conversational interfaces. This is really a trend, and that will happen, there is with any doubt. But I think the future will be built with a combination of different interfaces, because combining different interfaces, you can deliver a better user experience. So I think at the end of the day,
the mobile phone's here to stay.
Yeah, I think so. And the most important thing is that the future of the next generation of client experience will be built, in my opinion, thanks to a combination of different technologies combined and synchronized to offer a better client experience.
Benjamí, thank you very much for sharing your ideas with us.
Thanks to you. A pleasure.